Evaluating the speech of Shay Merritte is the lovely Kelly. Give her a hand for me, please, as we welcome her to the stage.
Never mind the big snag in my tights. Just noticed an hour ago. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and our guest today, Brandon, and specifically to Mr. Shay Merritte. I think this is my second time evaluating you in your speech and second time being an evaluator. When I had asked you what you wanted me to evaluate you on, you asked me to evaluate you on your ability to persuade with power on a topic that you didn't necessarily agree with. And I will say that you persuaded me not to vote. And wouldn't you believe I've never voted in my life, so I'm actually persuaded not to vote today as well, amazing as that is. Is anyone else persuaded not to vote today?
You had me thinking about it.
So it did work. So Shay's project number 9 was Persuade with Power, and there were 3 components that make up this speech, which was to inspire, to convince the audience, and to provide a call for action. I thought you had provided some very convincing points, stating that voting is not rational, it does not count for much, close races as deemed by the media aren't necessarily close, and only 8 elections were ever decided by a single vote. So I thought that was very good that you provided these facts. You provided definitely proof to change the audience's mind, and you were very organized in your speech. Your role as a presenter was to be knowledgeable, withhold your reputation, be sincere, and deliver confidence. I thought, as always, you were very confident in your approach. You were very knowledgeable about the topic by providing these factual tidbits. I think you withheld your reputation, and you were very sincere to the audience with their interest at mind. I think there were some times where you could have tweaked it somewhat, so maybe you could have presented a fact like, what did it mean to Toastmasters, or what did it mean not to vote for Ohioans? Some slight improvements that I would suggest that you make would be just a little bit more practice, because at times you seem to stumble over your wording. Also, maybe not using notes, because I noticed for this speech you kind of stood at the podium and didn't walk around the room like you have in the past speeches. When you were trying to convince us not to vote, you kind of pulled into a fact around, you know, people play the lottery or go to sporting events, you know, to feel part of the game, and you were kind of using that to deter us from voting, but I kind of wanted to vote then because I love going to sporting events and being part of the action. I play the lottery, and then I was thinking, maybe I should vote because I can be part of the game, you know? And my only other recommendation for improvement was just close with more power, a convincing statement. I felt like when you close, it kind of, I didn't feel excited as I was at the beginning of your speech with your great opening and clear statement on why we don't want to vote. So, but overall, I thought you did a very good job, and I am convinced not to vote.